What's up, everyone? We are live at 5 here at Broadway.com, headquarters in the heart of Times Square. It is Wednesday, matinee day, April 10th. I'm Paul Wontorek.
That's a long intro, and I'm Beth Stevens.
I like to keep you on your toes.
Thank you.
And we're joined by Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And hey, Beth.
Yes?
Only 5 letters, but one name, but that's all you need.
The one, the only, Orfeh.
Orfeh!
Is here. From
AKA
Pretty Woman.
Orfeh Carl of Broadway's Pretty Woman is here, and she just finished the matinee. She just, I think the roof has been lifted off the Nederlander Theater.
Yep, it's
and
just blowing around.
I think it
Times
slowly settles back down.
In time
and
for
then
the
she does
evening
it again
performance.
tonight.
Yes.
We'll get to her, but first today's top 5.
Barry's not going to be the only one going to prom.
Barry,
We're all going to the prom.
we're talking about Barry in The Prom. It's a character
Very
played by
collective.
Brooks Ashmanskas. Thank you for the last name. The Prom is going to be a movie.
I know.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I was confused because at first I thought maybe it was just a taping of
It's
the
not
show,
a
but it's
film.
actually a movie.
It's an adaptation to
Yeah.
film by Ryan Murphy for Netflix.
Thank you,
That's
Ryan Murphy.
Fantastic news. And it was announced last night at the Longacre Theater.
There's a special benefit.
There's a special
Yeah.
moment for that. And he's collaborating with the creative team of The Prom, Matthew Sklar, Chad Begelin, and Bob Martin, and Casey Nicola.
Yep.
Amazing.
I know.
September, I think it's September
Next year.
2020.
Yeah.
September 2020. Of course, The Prom was named Broadway.com's 2018 Show of the Year.
Right. We talk about it a lot.
We do.
Now, hopefully,
There's
those,
no casting
those
yet.
Broadway stars we love will get to be in it. This is going to be the next thing.
You should
But
put in a
what-
call to Ryan Murphy about
What's
that.
interesting about this is that Ryan Murphy has a huge billion-dollar deal with Netflix.
Right.
And he has to create a lot of content. It's interesting that he's turning to Broadway a little bit. That's good news.
He was initiated on Broadway when he produced The Boys in the Band earlier this season.
Yeah, I know.
So now he's part of the gang.
And the music of the screen is coming right to our ears.
So I watched Fosse Verdon last night.
Me too.
I like to call it, as I like to call it, Bob and Gwen.
Okay.
That's what the insiders call it.
Bob / Gwen.
It premiered last night on FX with all sorts of dirty sex warnings.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
10 p.m. It's not a kid's show because Bob Fosse lived a life.
Okay.
He had a good time. I always wondered, did Bob Fosse really always sort of like sulk around with a cigarette like that?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we love him. The show's fantastic. Last night was the first episode. There are many more to come. And of course, it's about Bob Fosse and Gwen Verdon. But now they've also released music. So, there's a lot of like Kelly Barrett was singing Mine Air, and there's a lot
Cabaret.
of, she's playing Liza Minnelli, the hair, the whole thing.
The whole thing.
And Laura Osnes had a little moment
Shirley
as Shirley MacLaine. That happened. Anyway, they're releasing the music. You can get it on Spotify, and that's it. Keep watching. It's going to be on every Tuesday at 10.
And we have a Jonathan Larson Project exclusive.
Exclusive.
We do.
I'd just like to say that really loud. It's a video that features the cast singing some of the songs of Jonathan Larson. This is unreleased
Yeah.
Jonathan Larson.
Rare Jonathan Larson
works.
songs. Yeah.
Of course, you know Jonathan Larson from Rent. Do I need to say that? Do I need to say Tick Tick
He
Boom?
wrote Rent
Oh, really?
And Tick Tick
what?
Boom.
Okay, yeah, we knew that.
and Superbia.
So this was an October engagement of this project, and yeah, you can see George Salazar and Lauren Marcus and Nick Blameyer and Andy Mantis and Krista Rodriguez and a whole lot of people.
Yeah, and you get there's a lot of interesting
history.
information about the songs, and you get to hear the songs. So anyway, and the album's out. Ghostlight Records.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
And the sweetest waitress stopped by Club Broadway.
Yeah, so we're doing these clubbroadway.com, these live music performances on the site.
In this very room.
Yes, on this very spot, Miss Shoshana Bean was here singing "She Used to Be Mine," which is the big song from Waitress. It's sort of it's not sort of, it is the 11 o'clock
The big anthem.
number, and she sang, you guys, Shoshana Bean. And she is, of course, in the show through May 12th. And now Jeremy Jordan has also joined her in the show. But you can get a glimpse of it right now on Broadway.com with this video that people are already loving and sharing.
And we got a first look at James Graham's latest work.
James Graham's latest work on Broadway is Ink. It stars Johnny Lee Miller and Bertie Carvel as Larry Lamb and Rupert Murdoch respectively. And we got a look at the production directed by Rupert Gould. This is a transfer. It was in London.
You saw it.
I saw it.
And it's visually really...
It's beautiful. Bunny Christie, who just won an Olivier on Sunday for her work for her set design of Company, did the set and costume design.
Is it mostly set in a newsroom?
It's set mostly in a newsroom. There's some other locations, and it's gritty. It's Fleet Street. Not the Sweeney Todd Fleet Street. I know everyone's like, oh, there's no murder. It's not like that.
Yeah.
It's more Fleet Street, where all the media and newspapers were at the
Okay.
time. 1969 London. It swings.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's good stuff.
All right, Beth. That's it.
I gotta make way for Orfeh.
Yeah. Yep. Time to make room for Orfeh. Thank you. Are you seeing a show tonight? You see a lot of shows.
I am not seeing a show tonight.
I am. I'm seeing Burn This.
Oh, good. I
The
want to
show
hear
that I walked around the script in high school.
We all had
we
it.
talked about this.
Yeah, we all
John
had
Malkovich. Anyway, he's not in it.
and Joan Allen. No.
Yeah, anyway, thank you so much, Beth.
Thank you.
I'll see you later. I'll see you the minute we're done with this. Hey, Caitlin, why don't you tell us about today's guest?
Gladly, yes. We have Orfeh in the studio with us today. As you guys know, she is currently appearing in Pretty Woman on the Broadway as Kit De Luca. She earned a Tony nomination for her work in Legally Blonde and has also been on Broadway in Footloose, Saturday Night Fever, and a whole lot more. She's been seen on screen in Film U, plus a lot of other things. She has a lot of #1 hits. She can do everything and anything she wants. Follow her on Twitter at @official_Orfeh and on Instagram at Orfeh. Please leave all of your questions in the comments below, and please welcome Orfeh and Paul.
Yay! Thank you, Caitlin. I love that we don't always get applause. How you doing?
I don't know. That was pretty cool.
Is this your show makeup?
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Thank you.
I've never seen it so close. It's Kit De Luca. Thank you for coming between shows.
Thank you for having me between shows.
What do you normally do between shows? I mean, a lot of performers just sort of like close their door and like go to bed. Or
Oh,
like,
God. Oh, no. Well, I do everything I can do that I can't do any other time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Everything.
Yeah. So how are things over at the Nederlander? How was the matinee?
It was terrific. It was packed. It was noisy. It was crowded. It was, fun.
People love that. People love that Pretty Woman.
People love that Pretty Woman. They sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how is Kit De Luca treating you?
Kit De Luca's very good to me.
Is it good to be with her every night and
Yeah,
to
I
live
really,
in her?
yeah, absolutely. She's an easy creature to live with, actually. Yeah, there's no drama. I don't have to go home and be like, oh my God, I just did Janis Joplin for 2.5 hours.
Oh my God, that
I
was
got to
a
get
lot.
out of the funk.
That was a
No,
lot.
it's wonderful. It's easy. She's fun. She's light. She's hysterical, and she wears really cool clothes. So, not a bad gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is she close to you?
In many ways, yes.
Mm-hmm.
In some very obvious ways, no. But yes, in a lot of ways, she is. We're very actually
Meaning
similar.
you're not walking the streets and...
I do walk the streets, but
She
in a
walks the streets
different way.
in her own way.
I walk everywhere.
How's your dashing husband, Andy Carl?
Oh, my dashing husband, Andy Carl, is dashing and wonderful and brilliant, and can't say enough about him.
You know, I just talked to an actor recently who was telling me they did a project with their other half, and they were kind of like, it was tricky. But you and Andy, this is sort of like totally natural for you.
It's actually, I'm sure it annoys some people to death, but it is the most glorious thing in the world to get to work with Andy. It's the easiest and most fun, and when we're not working together, we don't see each other. So that span of time when he was in Rocky and 20th Century and Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
we were this. We were literally, oh hey, how you doing? Everything good? Blah 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 blah.
Right.
That was it. You
Right.
know. So for us, it's or he's off shooting something or he did SVU, and I never see him. So when
Right.
he joined Pretty Woman, it was the greatest
Right,
gift.
he wasn't in it out of town.
No, he
joined
wasn't
for
in and out of
Broadway,
town. He
yeah.
had 3 weeks to learn the show and open up on Broadway with the first preview. And I think everybody is thrilled, mostly me. Possibly Samantha Barks is only slightly more thrilled than I am. And I just think it's the best thing in the world. And we have amazing chemistry. Look, I don't see him on stage
Right.
in this show.
Yeah.
But when we were opposite each other, it was magnificent. I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I like the guy. He's all right.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I would love it if why doesn't Ryan Murphy make a Legally Blonde movie musical?
Yeah, I wondered that too when I saw that announcement.
Because then you and Andy could I mean, Kyle, the UPS guy is obviously.
It's
a little bit of a not pivotal role for him now. He's like a big lead, Broadway lead.
Yeah, but it could be a cameo.
But he would do. Yeah,
It
exactly.
could be a cameo
He'd
now. He's a
drop
big
in.
star. He could be a cameo performance.
Because he still does have a package.
Yes, well. I wouldn't know. I only see him now and then. So
Yeah, you guys were. That was fun. That was
really fun.
So sometimes do you want to just like run on stage while he's doing his like? Do you want to like fake a meeting between your characters or
not
like
at all.
No, you're good.
Not even a little bit. No. No.
Yeah.
I do
How-
actually want to come out occasionally and sing his song Freedom.
Ooh.
I actually occasionally, that's one of the very
Well, that is a good. Well, because you sing Rodeo Drive.
I do.
That's one of your big.
Yes.
That's your big Orfeh moment.
One big Orfeh moment.
Well,
Yeah.
in fact, Jerry Mitchell told me, like a while ago, but he said that the minute Brian Adams played that song, he said, "I have to get Orfeh."
Well, thank God you said it because I always tell that story and maybe people are like, yeah, sure.
No, he actually.
That's really
did.
what happened.
He actually did say that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, you want to sing some of the other Brian. I mean, you love Brian Adams too.
I love Brian
This
Adams.
is right in your wheelhouse.
This is so right
this
up my
kind of
alley.
music.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So why don't you? So why don't you sing it?
Because I might get fired if I
Oh,
knock him off
you
the
can't sing it in
piano
the
and just
show.
like
Kit
run
De
him.
Luca-
Just,
imagine Kit De Luca
Kit De Luca's
suddenly-
like, hey, Edward, off the piano bench. In case you didn't know, I'm a singer too.
Why don't you? You should sing it for us. Why don't you? Would you sing it sometime? Why don't you sing
Yeah,
it?
I'd sing it sometime.
Like we do these videos. Like we just did the Shoshana
Oh.
Bean video. Why don't
Oh.
you?
Yes.
You'll sing it.
Yeah, I'll sing
Will
it.
Andy be okay with that?
No, he'd love it. Are you kidding me? That's no. It's in the show. It's a really one of the few very quiet, poignant moments in the show where everything's not like doing this.
Yeah.
And Andy gets to sit at the piano and he sings that song. And Eric Anderson, Tommy Bracco, and I are watching him in the wings. And every night we're just like, oh, it's so odd.
So would you know?
Actors are so odd.
Well, you know that we are live, and you just said that on camera, so now you're going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
No, I'm dead
All right.
serious.
All right.
I'm pretty sure
Great.
Get the
Andy
piano
won't
player.
mind. Yes. I will be doing
All right, good. I can't wait
a
to
very
hear
riffy rendition of Freedom.
I'm into
Great.
that.
I'm already starting to think of what I'm going to do with it. Oh, it's going to be shameless
I'm
and
into it.
disgusting. And it'll drive Brian Adams insane because he hates it when I riff, but too bad.
Well, sometimes I want people to see, your softer side.
This
You
would
know,
be...
I mean, because you do have this like tough chick thing.
Yeah.
You know this. I mean,
I know.
It's a thing.
Public school,
New York.
You had to fend for yourself.
Didn't you say once you had to put your chains
Yes.
in your mouth or
Yes.
what'd you do? You're like,
Yes. Coming out of junior high, we used to have to take. I've told you this. I
Yes,
think
I
it was
know. I
live
love-
at
but I
5,
love
wasn't
it.
it? We would have all this like cheap crap jewelry on.
Yeah.
But like someone was always ready to like kill you for it, and so we'd all take off our chains and put it under our tongues and walk out.
We didn't do that in Connecticut.
Yes, well, I wasn't in Connecticut, darling. So yeah, we would just walk out and be like,
I love
and then
that.
we get around the corner to get to the subway to put our jewelry
And
back.
spit out your jewelry. Jeez.
Because you had to look good for the subway. Because no one was going to do anything bad to you on the subway. It was right in the alleyway
Right,
when you got out
course.
of the halls of school.
You know what I
Not
wanted
well.
to ask you about.
Yes.
I haven't talked to you about this. You had a little moment with Cher at the Cher show.
Yeah, I sure did.
You went to because we've talked about this before, but you grew up with Cher.
I did. She's my
Yeah,
godmama.
You're good friends with Chaz.
Yes.
And then you got what was it like seeing the musical and seeing her have her, what did she say about it? What was it like?
I mean, it was a trip, and we had the best time, and it was so good to hang out with her. Andy and I hung out with her the entire night, and I think she was really happy to have friendly faces from back in the day, and because this was her first Broadway opening in that capacity.
Right,
She
yeah.
obviously had done Jimmy Dean,
yeah.
but for her to be there and for her to be with us and like the fact that I do this, it was a very strange but exciting full circle moment for everybody. It's a really kick-ass show. We had a great time.
Yeah.
Andy and I had the best time.
Yeah.
We were just like,
It's funny how Broadway has changed so much with all these like brand name things and all this music. That seems like kind of right up your alley.
I'm having a blast. Obviously, that's why I'm working.
I know. I know. And how is the Jerry Mitchell is sort of known for, Kinky Boots just closed, and the Kinky Boots family was a real robust family, I feel. And Jerry's really good at sort of gathering groups of people. How are things over at the Needleland? Everyone having a good time?
Fantastic.
How's Tommy Bracco? He was here.
Tommy Bracco's the best. He's my bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a hashtag, Orfeh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Blow it up, kids. Orfeh. Hashtag TORFEH. Pronounced Fey, not Pho.
Got it. Okay. So it's a fun group.
It's really a fun group.
Yeah.
And, it is. It's a lot of, the people that Jerry likes to work with a lot,
Yeah.
and he knows how it's all going to be symbiotic. And, it's Andy. Andy can turn, Satan into a sap. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're not happy around Andy, there's something very, very wrong with you. So, we have a really good group of people, and we genuinely, on and off stage, enjoy each other,
Right.
and we do hang out, and
Yeah.
it was like that in Saturday Night Fever. Again, see,
Oh, wow.
something Andy was in.
Yeah.
I think it's him and Jerry together. Although Jerry wasn't on Saturday Night
No.
Fever, but I think there is something to that. There is a magic
Yeah.
there.
So Andy's good to have around.
Yeah, so, kind of.
I'm glad you guys like each other. And how the dogs and the
They're awesome.
menagerie of
They're
animals
awesome.
and the
It's
whole-
-1. Boo Boo's in heaven.
Oh,
So
I know.
that's tough.
I
It's
know.
still tough. It
Legally
hasn't been a
Blonde
year.
Star.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
all gone.
All the Legally Blonde
All
dogs.
the original 3 bruisers, and Chico
Wow.
was the last to pass away.
Chico
and they
came
all.
here. Chico came to Broadway.com.
Yeah,
We have
so did
video.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I
So,
know.
but they're
I
all
know
in
Neil.
heaven, and they lived very long, wonderful lives.
Aw.
So you can't. You of course you can be sad. We're sad about it all the
Right.
time, but
But they lived real
they
long
lived
lives.
wonderful, long, beautiful lives,
Yeah.
and we miss them every day.
Dogs on Broadway. I love Dogs on Broadway. I need more dogs on Broadway.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey, Caitlin.
Yes.
What are the people saying?
We got a lot of questions
Oh,
from Miss
no.
Orfeh.
What?
So the first one, Micah wants to know, what is it like getting to do Rodeo Drive and blowing the roof off the show every night?
Well, it's really fun. I never think of myself as blowing the roof off, but we have a really great time, and the girls are so beautiful, and the gowns are so beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's just a really fun number, and the audience is just going nuts. So, I mean, what could be better?
Is
you
it
know?
easy for you to sing like that? Because, I mean, you naturally have a very big voice. What do you have to, like, is there a lot of self-preservation to do that every night? or-
I mean, look, my voice lives in a certain area, so it's
Yeah.
easy for me to be in my zone.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, it is easy. However, I am a notoriously known germaphobe. So I go
Oh.
through great pains to stay healthy
Right.
because there are times throughout the year where everybody is sick all the time.
know.
And I'm literally spraying Lysol at them. And they know it. I wear gloves all the time, completely inappropriately. I'll have a tank top on and like gloves. So I don't know if I look like a cat burglar or what I'm going through. But, I take great pains to stay healthy because for me, I imagine it's like a prima ballerina. You hurt your toe, it's a toe, but
Yeah.
you can't work.
Yeah.
So for me, if I have a chest cold, you're going to get a different version of Rodeo Drive than you paid to get. Could I ever give you bad advice? Because like if I catch a cold, it goes right here because that's what I use. You know what I mean? So I can't really get sick. If Andy gets sick, he knows he's banished to the couch. He's banished. You're nauseous? What? Get a hotel. People know. I'm like, don't even breathe on me. Yeah, you spit on me. I'm like, I remember Eric Anderson spit in my eye one day on the bench. It literally landed in my
Oh my
eye.
God.
I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. I was like, Eric spit in
you
my
were so
eye.
freaked out
I
the
was
whole-
so
the
freaked
whole
out. Yeah.
number.
But
Wow.
you know what? It's worked for me. The germophobia.
Yeah, sure.
It's a good phobia to
you
have.
look very healthy.
Thank you. I am.
healthy.
Very healthy.
What else, Kate? What else, Caitlin?
Yes. So Ben wants to know, what was your first experience with the movie Pretty Woman? If you were a big fan growing up with it, or
I remember very specifically. We all went to. There was a big. Do you remember the movie theater on 34th Street? That's now a condo. In Murray Hill.
Yes,
I grew up in
I
Murray
saw
Hill.
Armageddon there.
There you go. It was a very big multiplex.
I used to work on 39th, and we would leave the office for a couple hours and go
There
see
you go.
movies.
Well, I lived on
Sorry.
35th. I grew up on 35th Street, so the movies were what
Right.
we did. And a group of us all went to the movies to see Pretty Woman. And we were all like, oh, Richard Gere, oh, Julia Roberts, oh, Garry Marshall, make me a star. That was really, and we had a great time, and I remember it very vividly. And I think it's always stayed with all of us. I'm sure I could call all those guys and gals up and be like, remember when we went to see Pretty Woman? I'm in the show. So we had a great time. So getting to meet Julia Roberts and getting to spend time with Garry Marshall was really, really kind of kooky in the same way of being at the Cher opening night with Cher. You know what I mean? It's one of those bizarre full circle moments. And then to get to know Garry Marshall was really, really interesting.
I feel like a lot of people forget this was really Garry Marshall's dream project.
Yes.
Like we were writing about it for years before it actually came together that he was working on this. It was really was like his dream, and then he died. Right? He saw the workshop. Like he died sort of during the process.
But he got to see that it was going.
Yeah.
So I think that meant a lot to him, and it was good to be able to spend time with him during the very, very first 29-hour reading. It was a half an act, and he was there the entire time. So he pretty much obviously gave it his blessing, but I think that made everybody happy. That made Jerry happy. That made all the Marshalls happy. It was a really good experience to get to know him.
Andy play Fonzie for
He
him?
did.
Am I making that up?
No, you're not. Andy worked with Garry a couple of times. He played Fonzie at the Falcon Theater in Los Angeles.
Right, okay.
In Happy Days, the musical.
Wow.
I was not in that.
You could have been.
I could have been. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe I was busy doing one of my indie films you'll never, ever see.
Oh
What
my
else?
gosh. Yes. So Kathy wants to know, what is the hardest part about doing this show every night? You do it 8 times a week.
There are days when the weather's bad, the subway's not running. It's more technical. Maybe you don't feel 110%, but there is a little secret that performers know. There's such a thing as stage health. So you could be dying, literally dying, and there's that moment you get on stage and suddenly it all goes away. It's the adrenaline, it's the lights, it's the audience.
Yeah.
And for the time that you're on stage, you're fine. And then you get off stage and you collapse in the wings. But I think it's never hard to do the show. I'm always grateful that anybody wants me to do anything. So I'm always happy about that. But I think it's technical, it's life, it's weather, it's elemental, actually. You know what I mean? You're like, oh God, how am I gonna get there if the train's not working? Well, and then sit in traffic and I'm still gonna be late. So it's more about that, or like if everybody has the stomach flu and you're like, oh God, please don't let me catch it, So it's more that. It's never difficult to actually do the performance and the show. That's the gift.
Right.
But there's so many mitigating circumstances on any given day.
So speaking of gifts, what is it? We've talked about this before, but you obviously were on a pop path at some point. You had made music and you were on the Billboard charts and all that stuff. Is that Loser?
Yeah, I'm a loser.
Well, because it went away. But
It went away
but now
rather
you have this-
abruptly.
So what does it actually mean right now to be at the Nederlander Theater and to see your name on that marquee, and you're a New York kid and you're like a part of this world? And
I've been a part of this world for a really long time. Andy's been a part of this world for a really long time. I never really stopped to think about it or breathe, or it's almost.
you just get into the rhythm of it.
I just get into the rhythm of it, and also because I loved the music business so much, I never. It's my own superstition, but I don't want to think about it because I don't want it to go away.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I just do the work and hope for the best. And I've been very lucky. I have a lot of fans. They'll follow me anywhere. You know what I mean? Or Andy too. If he does TV, they go and watch that.
Right.
Or we do concerts, they'll come there. It's just a good, huge blessing, but I don't think on it too much because I don't want it to evaporate into thin air like my music career did. But I still get to sing for a living live in front of people,
Yeah.
so it's the best option career after a career like that, where you're used to performing for tens of thousands of kids a night and your songs on the radio. It's not that, and sometimes it upsets me when people are like, oh, it's like, oh, what? I've got a Tony nomination and I'm in my fifth Broadway show. What awe? Awe yourself, you know. But that is a little, and I know people mean well, but it's kind of like when they see you at the stage door. You're so much younger than you are on stage. Thanks. I'm going to do a top 10 things you shouldn't say to actors at the stage door.
You do look really good from a foot away.
I do.
I have to say.
Yeah, I look much older from the balcony.
And you know what? If it makes you feel any better, you are still on my radio. Rodeo Drive, baby.
Yeah, but now like Sirius plays us. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I mean?
know.
So they're not playing every other day,
Yeah.
obviously, but it's a nice
Yeah.
segue.
Yeah.
And I met Andy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a good thing.
the Lunts of Blaine.
I'm into it. I need to come see that Pretty Woman show again. Orfeh, thank you for
Yes.
coming between shows.
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
going to hold you to the Freedom.
No, I'll do it.
Freedom.
Seriously, if you make it happen,
Okay.
I'll be there.
All right.
Done.
Get the keyboard.
I'll be soft and gentle. Just a little keyboard.
Hey, Caitlin, why don't you take us out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts by searching for hashtag live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Mary Testa of Oklahoma.